What's up, everybody? We are back with some more disc golf coverage for you. My name is Gabriel Dow, and I'm here with Bobby Cox.
How's it going, everyone?
We got a little four-man card for you today. Coda Hatfield, Bo Tillman, surprise, surprise, making their way back on the GK Pro coverage. We've got Mitch McClellan, old Mitch Mac out of Norman, Oklahoma, and then we got one of our locals, Tommy Agent, out of Glenpool, Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's our second time filming Tommy. Very excited about it.
Yeah. This is a beautiful property out on Duncan Lake in Duncan, Oklahoma. Lots of pine trees, really tough course.
Yeah, and this event is really just like a big party with some really salty golfers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of camping really throughout the whole tournament, and it's just one of the best events of the year.
Yeah. Hole 1, this is a par 3, 311 feet. It certainly doesn't play like 311 feet.
No.
It plays more like 250, honestly, because it's really downhill.
Yeah.
Ideally, you just want to throw, you can throw a big hyzer, or most of these guys will be opting for a mid-range or a fairway, just dead straight.
Yeah, and this course is known for just brutal rough. A lot of these trees are insanely hard to get out of, and you really got to be accurate off the tee.
Yeah.
Just like that.
And that's a good shot from Mitch there. It was super windy today, about 35-mile-an-hour winds, and it was way chillier than we expected, too.
Yeah, it's kind of like GBO. Like, this tournament is always super windy.
Coda, that looks like it's turning over a little bit too much, and he's going to have a tricky putt from down there.
Yeah, we see so many awkward putts on this course, and
yeah,
you really had, I mean, you just got to be so skilled from like inside the circle. Here we got Bo.
He's putting one out nice and high, and that looks like it's dropping nicely. Yeah.
He'll take that.
Here we have Tommy.
Yeah, just recently joined Millennium, so
yeah,
very excited about that.
And this is looking like a really nice shot from Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right there. He's
10.
got CTP.
Wait, was this actually a CTP hole, or are you just saying that for
no,
the
I'm
card?
Just saying, like,
okay,
for the card.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and as you can see, Coda's, I mean, that's a really uphill putt and a bunch of limbs right in his way. He's just going to have to laser it.
Gave it a good bid.
Yeah.
We're 2 for 2 with the putts off the knee.
Yeah. We'll see a lot more of those today. Bo excited about the birdie.
Why not? It's a good way to start the round.
Yep.
/ tournament.
And here is Mitch. Mitch actually designed the course that we filmed for St. Patty's Day Open.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Chicken picking up corn.
Yeah, Mitch is
He's a character.
he's a character. He's a super fun guy to be around.
Yeah, definitely. Tommy just tapping in the birdie there. Looks like we got 3 birdies and 1 par from Coda. Alright, we are on to hole 2. This is a par 3, 373 feet. It's kind of flat, about 150 to 200 feet down the fairway, and then it just kind of drops downwards. The basket is tucked behind this rock that you will see here shortly. Most of these guys will be throwing a big hyzer and try and land like right at the top of the hill, right before that rock, or even sneak in before that pine tree there.
Yeah, and you gotta be careful because you can get some massive skips on this hole down by that rock. Yeah, I think mid-range is actually kind of the play if you can get it there since it plays downhill. Michigan nice and high.
Nice and wide as well, which is what you want. And yeah, he'll be right there at the top of the hill. He'll be about 45, 50 feet. Kind of a scary putt, though, because it carries downhill
Yes.
a lot. And want to make sure to at least hit something.
Yeah. And Mitch, I mean, he crushes for his age, don't you think?
Yeah, yeah, he throws real far. And Bo just catching that tree there. And he's going to have a tricky upshot from there. This is Tommy putting one out a little bit tighter than Mitch.
Yeah, a little bit sawed off, looked like, but he's about, I don't know, 40 feet.
Yeah.
We got Coda Hatfield having a fantastic year so far. I think he has 3 B-Tier wins already.
Yeah, he's actually
doing his thing.
He is the defending champion here at
Oh, is he?
Duncan Hill. Yeah.
I mean, any like Oklahoma tournament, it's a pretty good guess that he won the previous year.
Mm-hmm.
He's got over 100 of them.
Yeah. Been playing for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with this upshot, you're really trying to like hit the tree or
Oh my God!
kind of
Look
hit
at
that
wind.
bush there. Because if you go further down than that, you can take a pretty nice slide or skip all the way
Yes.
down the hill.
And yeah, I'm sure Tommy's not too impressed with that layup there, but he's still pretty close.
Yeah. Got a short little downhill putt.
And you can see, I mean, it is just howling.
Yeah, the wind is ridiculous here.
Just coming off that lake. Oh no.
Bo.
Bo's gonna have to settle for a bogey.
Yeah, he was trying to figure out that putt for a while. He, I mean, he couldn't really straddle out because that tree's so wide, so
Right.
he just kind of had to toss it over it.
Beautiful birdie by Coda.
And with that, he's getting a stroke on the card. Making up for that missed birdie on one.
Exactly. We got Tommy for par.
Oh, and just barely too high. That's the thing about those downhill putts is,
It's easy to miss high.
yeah, you're trying to throw it lower, but not too low.
Right. Yeah, they're tricky, especially if you don't practice them very often. If you just, practice in your backyard on a flat ground, it can really mess you up.
Yep. And Bo with an unfortunate bogey there. All right, hole 3. This is a par 3, 244 feet. This hole really has some teeth. There's a pond on the right side that carries for about, I'd say 150 feet of the fairway. So you really want to avoid going left or right, or else you're pretty much taking a 4 guaranteed. Most of these guys will be throwing a dead straight mid-range, or even a fairway driver, or there is also a straight forehand shot as well. So
Yeah, I remember whenever we practiced this course, I mean, I threw so many drives, and I just couldn't get a single one be in a good spot. So yeah, this hole is very tricky.
yeah, it's tough. Coda soaring way past the basket, or no?
No, he's right there.
I thought I was standing in a different spot when I was filming. But no, he's parked.
Oh, thank God that didn't kick in the water. That just
Yeah.
shot straight down.
It's still going to be a really tricky upshot for Mitch.
Yeah, he's probably going to have to play like a slight turnover, low ceiling. Yeah, it's going to be rough.
Here's Bo.
Good line, just a little high.
Yeah, just turn that one over a little bit too much. There's Tommy throwing that backhand line. This is looking really nice. If he can squeak through all of it.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, he's right there in that little bowl that's about 5-10 feet in front of the basket, which is really the ideal landing zone.
Oh, my gosh.
And that is a fantastic upshot from Mitch.
Yeah. Kind of had a little awkward line and
It's not
executed that
easy.
perfectly.
Yeah, you got to keep that upshot really low, unless you're flexing it outright around the tree. Because if you hit that tree, you're gonna, you have
It's
no
not good.
putt
It's not good.
whatsoever.
And this is the famous basket that just spits putts out immediately, yeah.
Yeah, you
You got to be so gentle and you got to hit it perfect.
Yeah, I probably saw like 6 or 7 putts just spit out, and they were all like perfect putts,
Yeah.
like exactly what you want. It's just something weird about this basket. There's some forest witch like running around putting curses on the baskets.
That's what it seems like.
She put a little extra curse on this one.
Yeah. And that's a bonus birdie from Coda. That was really well done.
And Mitch is pumped about the par, as he should be from where he was at. Tommy not happy about that. That's for sure. All right, hole 4. This is a par 3, 220 feet. This hole actually was different in the past years. They took this hole and split it into 2. So now it's a short little 220-foot hyzer you're throwing over the trees. And the basket is actually right here where Blaine's standing. But yeah, this hole, there's really nothing but a backhand spike hyzer. You can throw a forehand spike hyzer as well, just as long as it's a spike hyzer.
Yeah. And the fact that this hole's blind just makes it even harder.
Yeah. And Coda just shorted his there, and he might be on the edge of the pines there. Hopefully he's not too deep in there.
Oh!
And Mitch.
Wait, did that hit cage?
It hit cage.
Jeez.
Mitch almost acing.
That'd be a sick ace, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, any ace is sick, but whenever you can't see the basket, it makes it cooler.
Yeah. Here's Bo.
Hell yeah, I hit it. How come Bo's not gonna throw it where
With the big spike hyzer as well, and that's
gonna work out
about
just
20
fine.
feet from the basket. And this is Tommy putting out the same spike hyzer line. It's looking good.
A little bit short, but probably about 25, 30.
Yeah, I'm sure Tommy's got that putt. He's definitely one of the top putters in the Tulsa area for sure.
That's definitely what he's known for.
He's just really smooth. You hardly ever see like his putts wobble when it comes out of the hand.
Yeah.
And as you can see, yeah, just real smooth.
It's just a really consistent like form. Like the way he perfected that form is just such a clean release pretty much every time.
Mm-hmm. And Mitch is pumped about that. The wind was blistering up on this hill.
Yes, it was.
And Bo taking the birdie as well. Coda taking the lone par. Got a pretty close race here at the beginning. No big numbers yet.
Yeah.
All right, hole 5. This is a par 3, little 190-foot hole. It plays downhill. Most of these guys will be going overhand shot, maybe a thumber or a tomahawk. You can also opt for the super sharp forehand hyzer line. You really just want to try and keep from going right. Just kind of keep it straight up and down as you can.
Yeah, I feel like on this hole, like once you realize like what the shot really is, it's super easy. There's just so many options that you could do, and they're kind of weird options. Like thumbers are in play here. But yeah, overall it's pretty much a gettable hole.
Yeah. Bo's playing that super sharp spike hyzer, and he's going to be right of the basket, but behind that tree, and I mean the putt's not there from there.
Very frustrating whenever you have a drive that well and you just don't have anything.
Yeah, Tommy putting out
Mimicking
the
him.
exact same shot.
Yeah, making minis.
Yep. And Coda throwing the same line.
Are you
and
kidding me?
Same shot.
Are you kidding me?
Maybe we'll see some synchronized putting.
Right? all in the basket, hopefully.
Right. And Mitch was actually way right at the basket and had to throw an overhand out, and is now kind of in jail to save his par.
Yeah, and he tried to just shove it through those branches, but
Yeah.
he shot down a little bit. Unfortunate bogey.
Yeah, that's going to move him back to 1 under par. Coda's stabbing it through the tree and gets the bird.
That was incredibly impressive.
And Tommy didn't quite get the same luck as Coda.
How did Coda do that? Now I'm like really looking at this. I mean,
He must have had a little gap where.
Oh,
he
and Bo
was.
made his too.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it didn't.
Is it tiny little? Oh,
Okay, no,
it bounced out. It looked like
well,
it.
since it's like a little uphill there, I thought it was just sitting right there in the cage.
Yeah, no, it looked like it. And Bo and Tommy with some pars. All right, hole 6. This is a par 3, 230 feet. Really, the ideal line is going to be a sharp forehand spike hyzer. This one carries downhill quite a bit as well, but it's super short. The risky part about the backhand shot is you really can't have it carry past the basket because that basket is right next to the water, and so the backhand's just really difficult on this hole.
Yeah, and on this forehand, if you don't get the distance perfectly, you're either going in the water or you're behind a bunch of trees, so you got to be spot on. That looks a little bit yanked.
It's a little low.
Fortunate tree that might have been in some water, but
yeah, and like 5 feet back, and Bo is not gonna have a putt.
No.
He got a fortunate little forward roll away. Tommy going with that
the Nova play.
The Nova play. The backhand.
I don't hate it.
And he's gonna be, I believe, about 40 feet up the hill. But well done for the backhand shot. That's very touchy.
Yeah. And Mitch going with the super spike hyzer. And I think he came up quite a bit short.
Yeah, he ended up in a tree. He'll just have to pitch out and take a 3 here, most likely. And yep. Tommy.
And the water isn't usually this high, just so everyone knows.
Yeah, it's it had just rained
Yeah.
a couple days before this tournament. Bo just laying up.
And this is a 3-round tournament with 24 holes or 23?
22 holes each.
22 holes?
Yeah.
And then a final 9 at the very end. So
we'll have 4 separate videos for y'all.
Tommy tapping his par.
Wonder what they were talking about there. Did Coda go in the water on this hole?
No.
No, that's right.
Here's Mitch after what?
That was
Just him.
Mitch doing Mitch things.
Okay, yeah.
And that's gonna be 3 pars and 1 birdie. Hole 7, this is a par 3, 190 feet. It carries way uphill. Really, it's kind of similar to the last hole, except for the fact that it's uphill. The play is really just a spike hyzer. You just want to get it high and left and have it spike up next to the basket. You do have to be careful of a tree on the left side. There's just a huge clump of trees, so you want to make sure to get it really high up there.
Yeah, we've also seen the kind of like the backhand stall shot, just kind of right at it and just letting it drop on the other side of those trees.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a pretty good play.
Coda sawing that one off a little bit, and he's going to be right below those rocks there. Hopefully he didn't catch a nasty roll. Yeah, this is looking like a really nice shot from Bo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he'll be about 8 feet from the basket.
And here's
and Tommy going with the Nova.
Yeah,
here's
kind of like that floaty stall shot.
This is crazy because on this hole there was like 35, borderline 45 mile an hour headwind, and the story behind that was actually Tommy was like, "Bo, what should I throw here?" And Bo sarcastically said the Nova, and Tommy pulls the Nova out and throws the perfect shot.
Yeah, I mean, and he's pretty deadly with that Nova.
Yeah,
that's his go-to approach disc, and apparently he can throw it off the tee as well.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
there's maybe like 1 or 2, maybe 3 people in the world that would think about throwing a Nova in a 35 mile an hour uphill headwind putt or exposing headwind shot.
Yeah, exposing the bottom of the disc is a little bit scary.
Very. I know mine would straight turn over if I threw one of those.
Yeah, I think Tommy collects them too. I think he has a bunch at the house.
Yeah,
just all kinds of different stamps.
He's a collector, man.
Yeah,
he's got a bunch of discs.
He learned it from Avery. And Bo, after a fantastic drive. Not quite a tap in with these baskets, but he made it.
Yeah. These baskets sound, the sound that they make, it's like, it borderline sounds like rubber because they're so rusted. It's just like,
yeah.
And Mitch tapping in the par. Looks like we got 2 birdies and 2 pars. Hole 8, this is a par 3, 325 feet. This one carries downhill. You kind of trade off at Duncan. You're like shooting downhill, then you're shooting uphill.
Yeah, a lot of elevation change.
Yeah. This one, you're really just throwing a big hyzer, and you're trying to avoid this pine tree right before the basket. You can either go before it, or you can throw a huge like spike angle and try and get over it. But most of these guys will just be trying to crash around the backside of it. And that's looking too right from Bo. And he's actually going to be up there near those trees. It's a doable upshot though.
Yeah. We got Tommy.
Tommy putting this one nice and high.
Yeah, and that's like a really common place to miss, and it's just like you have all that right in your way.
Yeah.
And you just got to lay it up around it.
Yep. Might have to throw a little tomahawk. Here's Coda.
Slow down. Oh, see, that's where I landed.
And those 2 little skinny branches actually just abruptly stopped his disc, preventing him from going into the water. So that was a great break for Coda.
Just keeping this nice and low, and look at that.
Mitch with the best drive of the bunch. Here's Bo from up the hill, throwing a little hyzer out there, and not the best upshot from Bo.
I didn't realize he was that short.
Yeah, he was way up there on the hill, and
certainly not happy with that upshot.
Yeah, he's gonna have a really tough par save there.
It's about all Coda could do with that low ceiling.
Yeah.
Just trying to punch it through a hole.
Here's Bo to save par.
Oh
wow.
My God.
That headwind just lifted that.
That was insane looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like those situations, personally, I don't even get mad. It's just like, that was pretty incredible.
Yeah, like
how far that traveled.
There's nothing you can do about that. Mitch with a fantastic birdie. That'll move him to 2 under par. Coda Hatfield with a par. Hole 9, this is a par 3, 285 feet, and once again we're switching spots here. We're throwing back uphill. It's a pretty tight gap. Most of these guys will be throwing kind of a flex shot. You want to get in front of this tree or over it if you've got the power. That's really the only play.
Yeah.
You can throw kind of a straight laser shot towards these rocks before the basket and have a little uphill putt,
yeah, if you don't go over the top, I mean, it really is just like a super small gap you got to hit.
Yeah. Mitch throwing out a really nice
shot.
Wow,
ace run.
Yeah, and that's what you want right there. I definitely thought that was going in.
Yes.
We got a Mitch moment, ladies and gentlemen.
And you'll be seeing a lot more. Tommy going Big Annie? Oh, okay, no.
Nope, he's going big hyzer and just sawed that one off, and he's going to be way left in the rough there. Hopefully he didn't go too deep because there is a good clump of trees there.
Yeah, and we see a lot of rollaways on this hole, so you really got to be careful.
Mm-hmm. Coda. Just stalling it out there.
Yeah, I think it got caught up in the wind a little bit and just kind of slowed it down.
Yeah.
Because that definitely had the speed initially to get all the way up there.
Yeah. gonna have a tricky putt there. Bo going with a similar shot, just that stall flex shot, and looks like it didn't come back for him, and he's most likely just gonna have to lay up for 3. We have Tommy, looks like he's lining up a rare forehand.
And that was coming in pretty hot. That might have been all right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he only has about 20 feet left.
Yeah.
Stay. Yeah.
Yeah, Bo just laying up.
No, yeah, I mean, it's just too early in the tournament to start getting crazy.
Here is Coda.
Off the rock. Oh my God. Off the rock, right into the basket.
Hashtag trick shots for Coda Hatfield.
Golly.
That's awesome. I mean, that's really all he had. Just kind of toss it towards the basket and
Yeah.
hope it skips off that rock. I mean, it really is at the perfect angle. I mean, as long as you throw it hard, it'll just slide up to the basket.
Apparently, yeah. I was in a similar spot, and you witnessed me attempt it. It didn't go in.
Yeah.
But it was close.
Yeah. A little ramp. Tommy with a good par save there.
Yeah.
And Mitch will be just dropping in the 2.
Lone birdie.
Moving in to 3 under par.
Or not the lone birdie. I forgot Coda just made that sick putt.
Yep. All right, hole 10. This is a par 3, 500 feet. We are switching rolls yet again, throwing back downhill.
Duncan Hillclimber, baby.
The 2 is rare here. You really have to pump one out there to get it all the way there. Most of these guys will just be throwing a hyzer to the layup zone right around here, and hopefully give yourself about a 60 to 70 foot putt.
Yeah. Yeah, since you're kind of forced to throw high over these trees, it makes it even harder to get all that distance.
Yeah, and this hole is arguably the windiest hole
yeah.
at Duncan. Just because it's right there on the edge next to the lake, and the wind is just
You're sitting up top.
ridiculous. I mean, even straight out of Coda's hand, you can see the wind just affecting that disc drastically.
Yeah. Dropped it immediately. The good thing about this hole, though, is those trees kind of like down in the middle of the fairway. They are pretty spread out, so you can come up short and still have a little gap to hit. But if you do go in the tree, I mean, you're done for.
Yeah, exactly. Tommy doing a little bit of course maintenance there. You see that huge branch that fell off?
Yeah, and whenever I was watching that live, it made a pretty loud sound.
Yeah.
It sounded like a thunderstruck.
Some lightning.
Yeah.
Well, actually, lightning doesn't make sense.
It was a thunderstruck. Got Tommy second.
Just throwing out a hyzer. And he's going to be about circle's edge on the right side in those bushes there. He might have to straddle out of those bushes.
Oh no, that's well short.
Yeah, and he's going to be left with about 45 feet for his par. Mitch with a great upshot, though. And that wind just dropped that putt.
Yeah, a lot of these baskets are in really sketchy spots on this course, so you gotta be really careful.
Yeah. And Coda just chaining out on the AM side there. We'll have to settle for bogey.
Tommy
with a fantastic putt.
showing off the putter.
We'll keep him at 2 under par. Bo tapping in the par. He's holding that 1 under.
Yeah, not the start he wanted, but
Yeah. Need to start making some moves.
yeah. A lot of holes left.
Mitch taking his time. Yeah. That wind had to have gotten in his head.
Well, I was gonna say it's also super easy to overthink it too.
Yeah, especially from that distance. Like,
And when
you're just
when it's gusty and it's kind of
yeah.
like coming
I
at
mean,
it
look
from
at the
different
water.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know how that guy's even standing on that boat still.
it's just they're fishing for discs.
Yeah, they are. They're in there, trust me.
Yeah. All right, hole 11. This is a par 3, 351 feet. You have this skinny tunnel on the left side here, which most people kind of avoid. We might see some guys take it today since the wind is so bad, but most people opt for the big hyzer and hope you end up at the bottom of this hill here and leave yourself about 40 to 50 foot putt. This one's really a bonus birdie.
Yeah, this is the most treacherous green you'll maybe ever see in general. I mean, it's on like a
slope,
huge angle.
Yeah, this is like some Colorado golf.
Yes.
And Tommy throwing out the big hyzer.
He's a little bit far left. It's going to be kind of an awkward spot, but overall I think he's happy with it.
Yeah, I don't think he went too far into that rough, and so he should have a little forehand out.
This looks great.
Bo throwing the over the top shot.
Oh no, he's also a little too far left.
Yeah. I can't remember what the wind was on this hole, but it seems like they're pushing him way left.
Yeah. What do you prefer, the big hyzer or the forehand through that small gap?
I mean, me personally, the forehand through the small gap because that's what I'm comfortable with, but especially in this wind.
Yeah.
Maybe if there was no wind, I'd probably opt for the big hyzer just to clear the gap. But
Mitch put that right in the middle of the fairway. Great shot. Coda going with the big Annie.
Slash roller.
Slash roller.
Yeah.
That might have been intentional. It might not have been.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
Rollers in this wind, it's, yeah.
And with Coda,
No.
you just don't know what he's done.
Yeah.
And that was a shank job there.
Yeah, and he's just trickling down the tree there, but luckily has a little bit of an opening. He's going to be about 45 feet short, but an uphill putt, and a scary one at that, because if you hit the cage and catch an edge, you're rolling back down another 60 feet.
Yeah, and Tommy's not very comfortable throwing the forehands. He's kind of forced to throw in there and kind of yanked it a little bit. He's going to be stuck under that tree.
Mitch with a great upshot, though. He'll be able to tap in his par.
Ooh, see, in that...
That's the scary thing about this hole.
It came down on a pretty harsh angle, and it was about to just roll about 150 feet.
And Tommy just pitching out from there.
Be tapping in for a 4.
Here's Coda from underneath the tree. Oh, yeah.
What a par save that was.
That is a fantastic par save from Coda.
Hey, careful, careful.
Yeah, right. And
Did he gash his leg before this round?
It was in the practice round the day before.
Yeah, he had to go get some stitches.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that on that hole.
The thorns out here are brutal, too.
Yeah, he just, I think he was just walking by, and a thorn just clipped his ankle, and he looked down, and it was just...
super deep.
Yeah, just a deep cut, and so he had to get that taken care of, so... Really impressive golf from him today.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that's going to conclude the front 11 of the first round of the 2019 Duncan Lake Hillclimber Open. So far, Coda Hatfield with that leg injury, shooting 4 under par, leading the pack. Mitch Mack is 2 back at 2 under par, and then we got Bo Tillman and Tommy Agent sitting at 1 under par. So, I mean, being under on a day like this is very impressive. So,
yes.
Hopefully they continue this streak, and we will see you guys on the back 11.
See you guys soon.